Okay, let's dive into this. Are you absolutely certain, right at this very second, that your legal driving status in New York is totally fine? If you just felt a tiny spike of DMV-induced panic, or hesitated for even a fraction of a second, well, you're exactly who this explainer is for. Today, we are walking step by step through exactly how to verify your driver's license status online.
Because here's the reality, right? Driving in New York, it's a privilege, not a right. And what a lot of folks just don't realize is how incredibly easy it is to lose that privilege without even knowing it happened. An overlooked insurance lapse, a missed traffic ticket lost in the mail, or just a weird bureaucratic mix-up can literally leave you driving illegally. And if you're pulled over, yeah, ignorance is not an excuse. You could be facing massive fines, extended suspensions, or worst-case scenario, arrest.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the stakes of your status. Second, preparing your information. Third, navigating the MyDMV portal. Fourth, the dashboard versus the official abstract. Fifth, understanding your results. And finally, next steps and resources. Let's get right into it.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the stakes of your status. Why ignorance definitely isn't bliss.
First up, we need to clear up two bureaucratic terms that get mixed up all the time: suspension and revocation. Now, a suspension just means your privilege to drive is temporarily taken away for a set period before you get it back. A revocation, though, that is way more severe. It means your driving privilege is canceled entirely. Poof, gone. Once the penalty period for a revocation ends, you can't just hop back in the driver's seat. You have to completely reapply to the DMV from scratch, which might even mean retaking your written and driving tests. No fun at all.
So the crucial point is this: getting caught behind the wheel with an invalid license is incredibly expensive. To put that into perspective, if you're caught driving with a license that's been expired for more than 60 days, you can get hit with fines up to $300. And honestly, that doesn't even include all the mandatory state and local surcharges they tack on.
And get this, it is not just bad driving that triggers these penalties. Sure, accumulating 11 or more points in an 18-month window will suspend you. Obviously, driving without liability insurance or completely ignoring a traffic ticket will also get you suspended. But even non-driving offenses matter. This blows my mind a little, but if you have unpaid New York State tax debts, or if you fall behind on child support, the state can and absolutely will indefinitely suspend your driving privileges until you pay up.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, preparing your information. This is the stuff you need to gather before you even log in.
Let's get prepped so you don't get timed out of the system midway through. I'm going to hold your hand through this part. Grab your most recently issued New York photo document, so your license, permit, or non-driver ID. You're going to need the 9-digit DMV ID number from the front and the 8 to 10-digit document number, which is almost always hiding right on the back. You'll also need your date of birth, the zip code you currently have on file with the DMV, and the last 4 digits of your social security number. Make sure you gather all of this before you even open your web browser. Trust me, it saves so much hassle.
Which brings us to Section 3, navigating the MyDMV portal. How to create and link your account.
Let's move to and see how this builds. First, you'll head over to my.ny.gov to create a personal ny.gov ID. You'll verify this through a quick email link and set up your security questions. They call these shared secrets. Once your ny.gov ID is live, you sign in and click that My DMV button. This is exactly where you'll punch in those personal details we literally just gathered: your DMV ID, document number, and your social security digits. Doing this securely links your global ny.gov identity straight to your specific DMV profile.
Okay, Section 4, dashboard versus official abstract. You really need to know the difference here.
Let's demystify these terms real quick. When you log in, the first thing you'll see is your MyDMV online dashboard. Now, this is free, it gives you a real-time overview of your status, and it is totally perfect for personal peace of mind. But it is purely informational. You cannot just print the dashboard out and hand it to a judge or an employer. Nope. If you need actual legal evidence, you have to get a certified driving record abstract. This is the official document. It bears the New York State watermark and the printed signature of the Commissioner of Motor Vehicles. That's what makes it legally admissible.
Now, if you do need that certified proof, there are 3 types you can request. There's the standard record, which covers your recent history, points, and any recent suspensions. There's the lifetime record, which basically shows your complete historical database for legal matters. And finally, the commercial record, specifically for CDL holders. Ordering a standard abstract online does incur a $7 fee, but the really great news is that it gives you immediate access to a PDF download right to your device.
On to Section 5, understanding your results. What to actually do if you find a problem. And this brilliantly illustrates a huge point. Depending on exactly why you're suspended, you actually have to contact entirely different agencies in the giant web of New York bureaucracy. For example, if you have an unanswered traffic violations bureau ticket, you can usually just plead or pay right there online. Easy enough. If it's an insurance lapse, you either submit proof of insurance online or you physically surrender your license plates. But if your suspension is for tax debts or child support, the DMV actually cannot help you at all. You have to resolve it directly with the Department of Tax and Finance or the Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance.
To actually restore your privileges, there's a very strict procedural order you gotta follow. Step 1, resolve the underlying issue. So pay the tax, settle the ticket. Step 2, wait out any mandatory suspension time frame. Step 3, you have to pay a specific suspension termination fee to the DMV. And Step 4, make absolutely sure your physical license hasn't expired. Just paying a fine does not automatically grant you the legal right to start your car and drive away. You must complete every single one of these steps.
Now, if you happen to spot a Traffic Violations Bureau conviction on your record that you really believe is an error, you can appeal it. But, heads up, you have a strict 30-day window from the date of the conviction to do so online. Plus, it requires a non-refundable $10 fee. And yes, whether you win or lose that appeal, you don't get that $10 back.
Almost done. Section 6, Next Steps and Resources. Getting back on the road safely. The state does provide several avenues to help you out, thankfully. The TVB Online portal handles your New York City traffic tickets. If you've suffered a full revocation, you're likely going to need to deal with the Driver Improvement Unit, or DIU, to request formal approval just to apply for a new license. If taxes are the issue holding you back, you're calling the Tax and Finance Department. And if you're trying to register online but you just don't have your physical ID to get those document numbers, the DMV's Online Records Request Navigator can step in to help you track down your information.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the reminder that while this explainer is designed to be super comprehensive and guide you through the process, the New York DMV is ultimately the absolute legal authority. Rules, fees, and procedures, they can and do update, so always refer to the official DMV website or speak with a rep directly regarding your specific personal concerns.
Well, we started with a question, and we're ending with one too. Are you 100% sure your driving privileges are secure today? You now have the exact roadmap, the checklist, and the know-how to find out for a fact. Don't leave your driving privilege to chance, folks. Take a few minutes, use that MyDMV portal, and secure your peace of mind right now.